Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're taking a look at Lattafa Pride Al Ameed. Alright, so Al Ameed is from the House of Lattafa. It is from their Pride line series. It's an eau de parfum concentration, and you can pick this sucker up for $32 at places like Fragrance Buy. I'm gonna have a link down in the description if you decide you want to check this one out. Also have a coupon code, save yourself $5 off your first purchase at Fragrance Buy if you decide you want to shop with them. Presentation on this, very nice. The Lattafa Pride series as a whole have some pretty nice presentations, especially for the price point, this one being no exception. Nice thick cardboard box, has this kind of nice silver embossed emblem sitting up the front, name of the fragrance up top, all the necessaries on the back, and it does have this kind of nice slide out book jacket style of cover on it, so really cool, nice little added touch, and it does, again, nice hard cardboard to this, and it does open up like a so to show that beautiful fragrance bottle sitting on the inside. So box presentation, really nice. This is something I'm not going to be throwing away, thrown across the room, because I do enjoy it. And the bottle, a little strange looking to be honest, but I still like it. It's got this, you know, it's a lot of weight to it. This is a very hefty bottle. It's got these nice rounded corners on it, and it has these kind of like inlaid, embossed style of metal pieces that go all the way around the bottle. Name of the fragrance up top right there. And we also have a nice heavy metal cap, no plastic on this, doesn't feel cheap. So overall bottle presentation, really, really nice. Atomizer on this is also really nice. Nice long sprays, good distribution. So for $32, presentation alone, excellent job Lattafa. All right, so if you were wondering what Lattafa Pride Al Ameed smells like, you have come to the right place, because I'm about to tell you. But first, a fun fact. Through my super researching skills, I have come across what I think is the correct translation. Please correct me in the comments below if I'm getting this wrong. But what my research indicates is that Al Ameed translates to something along the lines of one who's worthy of praise, or just praiseworthy in general. And let me tell you, I think it's a very appropriate name. So there you go. There's a little fun fact from your boy Post Cologne. Linguistic translations, fragrance reviews, tight white t-shirts. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. So some of the notes listed in Lattafa Pride's Al Ameed are mandarin, clary sage, pepper, pineapple, leather, and musk. So let me tell you what I get from this fragrance. In the opening, you get a really nice combination of those top and heart notes. You get that mandarin coming through with that clary sage, that pepper, and that pineapple. Now the pineapple is not like a standout pineapple to me. It doesn't ring true, like in your face style of pineapple. It mixes with that mandarin, and it has that kind of citrusy sweetness to it, and that mandarin adds like a little bit of a tart edge to it. I get more of the mandarin coming forward, but you can definitely tell there is added sort of sweet citruses in this fragrance. The clary sage in this is what really kind of sings for me. It's very aromatic, earthy herbaceousness to it, with like a tinge of kind of sweetness to it, like a little bit of a kind of a tanginess to it, but it's mostly kind of aromatic. It makes this very light with a little bit of spice coming in from that pepper that kind of elevates that clary sage just a bit, giving it a little bit of a sharpness, but just overall a really nice kind of combination in that opening. Just the right level of sweetness that is not overbearingly sweet, and that aromatic spiciness that comes through mixes really, really well. All the notes kind of come together and sing very nicely. The leather in this comes through pretty quickly, but it's not like a tannery style leather. It's not like a fancy leather jacket style of leather. It's more of kind of a soft suede style of leather. It sits there, and it's definitely noticeable, but it's just kind of like enveloped by those other notes, by that kind of aromatic nature, that touch of sweetness, that little bit of spice that comes through. So it's a very bold yet soft style of suede leather, and it's really, really nice. I love how all the notes come together in this fragrance and just sing together. No one note is kind of standing out. It's not like an overly sweet fragrance. It's not an overly spicy or leathery style fragrance. Everything blends together really nicely, elevate one another, and it's just an absolutely awesome fragrance. Masculine, bold, yet soft and flirty, mass appealing, and just an overall crowd pleasing fragrance. Really, really happy I picked this one up. Now, when it comes to the performance of Lattafa Pride's Al Ameed, it was an average performer. I'd say I got about 6-7 hours worth of longevity out of this. If I was really overdoing it on the sprays, I could maybe push it to the 8-hour mark. Getting some of my clothes definitely helps that situation, but overall, not upset about the longevity of this. Like I said, average longevity on this. And the projection on this was moderate to good. It did push out a little bit for first hour and a half to 2 hours before it did settle in a little bit closer. I was getting whiffs of this throughout the day. I think I went a little bit nose blind to this at times because I thought, oh, okay, maybe this is not performing as well as I thought, but then I would just get a nice blast of that nice aromatic, semi-sweet, suede leather style of centicords coming through. So it did stick around for a while. I was getting little wafts of this when I would get up and kind of move around a little bit, or if like my, started to heat up because I was doing whatever I was doing that made my body temperature rise. So performance on this, overall, pretty good. So when it comes to the where and when you should be using Lattafa Pride's Al Ameed, I think this is a pretty versatile fragrance in terms of occasions. Casually, absolutely for sure. I think this is mostly a casual style fragrance. I think you can wear this out for lunch, running your errands, going about your day-to-day. I think this is an office-friendly fragrance as well. Just don't go crazy on the sprays because you'll be blasting people out with your sweet, spicy, soft leather style of fragrance. But I do think if you're a normal person that doesn't go way too heavy on sprays, this is definitely an office-friendly fragrance. I think you can even wear this on date nights. This has that kind of level of boldness, that masculinity, but also kind of that fun, flirty side to it with that little bit of sweetness that comes through and that little bit of spice. It does have a bit of a flirty nature, so I feel sexy when I'm wearing this one. So I think this is a decent date night fragrance. Formally, I don't think this one's necessarily kind of a dress-up style of fragrance. This does, even though it does have that kind of bold masculinity to it, it is more of a kind of casual style of fragrance, a little bit more fun, flirty, but a little bit of a serious side to it at the same point. But formally, I just don't see this getting dressed up, but you do you. If you want to go to your fancy operas or your fancy dinners or whatever and rock this, then you do that. But for me, I don't think this is necessarily the best formal pick. So overall, I definitely think this is a good casual date night office style fragrance. In terms of seasons, I think this is pretty much a year-round fragrance. I think in the summer, really high heat might be a little bit too much. That mandarin, that pineapple accord, that sweetness that's in there, along with even that soft leather might be a little bit too much in the really high heat, but summer evenings for sure. Spring, fall, definitely. And in the winter, I've worn this a few times in the Canadian cold here, and this does push through that soft leather, still can push through that stupid cold that I experience up here in Canada. So I do think it's pretty versatile in terms of seasons. Does well in the cold, but spring and fall is definitely where it's gonna shine. So overall, very versatile fragrance. So my overall thoughts on Lattafa Pride's Al Ameed is I think this is a winner. This is definitely praiseworthy, as the name might suggest. But again, if I got that wrong, comment down below. I think it's just a really nice, well-rounded, unique style of fragrance. It has that aromatic green herbaceousness with a right level of sweet mandarin, that little hint of pineapple in there, that dash of spicy pepper, and that really nice, soft, suede style of leather with just kind of a nice rounded out edge of that nice muskiness. Really pleasant fragrance, mass appealing, has that masculine boldness to it, that soft flirtiness to it, and I just really enjoy it. I think it's just as an easy to reach for fragrance. There's no real thought that can go into this in terms of this might be offensive, this might be too much of this or too much of that. It's just a really perfect blend of all those scent accords. Just an overall really nice fragrance, and it's very versatile across different occasions, different seasons, and the performance is pretty good. So for $32, presentation, scent accord, performance, I definitely think this was a good pickup for me. I have no complaints about this, really. The awesome fragrance. I definitely think if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, you should definitely check this one out. That's Lattafa Pride's Al Ameed. And I want to hear from you guys. What's one of the Lattafa Pride fragrances that I haven't reviewed yet that you're really interested in hearing more about? Comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. I love providing as much help with these fragrances as I possibly can. So comment down below, let me know. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.